What is going on, everyone? Welcome into Big Time Football Talk. So I wanted to talk about this. Michigan landed Josaiah Stewart, that transfer from Coastal Carolina. And, man, I've really been impressed with Stewart. Stewart is just he's a tremendous edge rusher. And I've really been thinking, Michigan, like Kenneth Walker going to Michigan State, Michigan, I think, is due to hit on one of these transfer portal guys. Stewart seems like he could be that guy that'd be a huge game changer. Because if you look at Stewart, he was a guy that, as a freshman, was 13 sacks for Coastal Carolina, 3 sacks this past year. And if you look at him, he's a guy that just, for whatever reason, I watched one game, he just didn't get a lot of reps. So I think with a whole season, and Michigan will, give him plenty chances to eat. I think you'll really see him put it all together now in his third year. There's a guy that's a little bit raw. He kind of attacks blocks too aggressively. But, it's a very good, rip move strong. The overall play strength is really good. You see a lot. He's got a very good skill set. Got a good anchor in the run. Is a little bit too aggressive in the run, can kind of run himself out of plays. But Michigan will coach him up that. And, the history of the edge rusher now, Hutchinson, Ojabo, Kwity Paye. Michigan's had a lot of good edge rushers now that they've coached up. You combine that with the talent Stewart has, and I think you're looking at a guy that will really break out. You look at, Christian Gonzalez last year at Colorado was a guy that, had some rough games just because Colorado didn't give him much of a pass rush. They put him in a lot of positions to not really succeed. Not that I'm throwing Coastal Carolina under the bus, but I think they needed, Stewart was not just an edge rusher. I think that's how they were kind of treating him here. They're treating him as just like an edge rusher. He's a guy that can do both. It's not, the struggles in the run are coached, he's just going to be, just hold your ground and shed the block. He's got powerful enough hands to just hold the ground and shed the block instead of just attacking the offensive tackle and running himself out of the play. So they'll coach him up in that sense. But, Stewart's a guy I cannot wait to see. He was number 0 for Coastal Carolina. I'm not sure what number he's going to wear for Michigan, but I think Stewart will be phenomenal. And that's a huge transfer now because Mike Morris could be gone. Oki will be back, so at least you'll have 2 guys. I'm a big believer in that. You want at least one guy, obviously bare minimum. But I think if you have 2 guys that can get after the quarterback, I think that's huge. And they'll have that with Oki and Josaiah Stewart, and then Stewart, a guy I believe with a lot of upside. Michigan in the portal also got tight end AJ Barner from Indiana, Drake Nugent. The center from Stanford. So you just continue to bolster that offensive line with a guy that's, got some experience playing at Stanford. So, yeah, I've loved what Michigan's done in this transfer portal period. National Signing Day was today. I'm not going to get into the high school recruits, but yeah, what they've done in the portal, just, talking about guys right now that have, put on tape, in college football is big. Ernest Hausman, the linebacker from Nebraska, was a guy that a lot of people wanted. Haven't really watched a ton of his tape, but what Michigan is doing is awesome. Oh, it looks like Stewart has. He's only going to be a true junior. Missed the COVID year 2020, but I think he still have at least 2 more years. I think Miles Hinton will have 2 more years because the COVID-free year. I think Nugent just has the 1. So the downside is, you're not going to get the 3, 4, 5 years left, but, you'll at least get a couple years. And, like with Stewart, with the upside you believe in, that's got to be a huge win. And, so that's, just wanted to touch on that. Super excited, with Michigan's transfer portal, how well they've been doing. And, it's really fun to, kind of see some of these top guys and watch them from other schools. Didn't necessarily get to see them a lot. AJ Barner, I know he had a nice catch or a nice touchdown catch against Ohio State this past year. They also landed, I'll touch on Jack Tuttle too, the quarterback from Indiana. So this was something I was wondering because, they needed a solid backup. I really was concerned about Michigan's depth behind McCarthy. But you get a guy like Tuttle's played some football for Indiana. I think that's really big. A lot of people think he'll compete for the backup job, but I respect the boldness. I think that shows that he is a competitor, and his mindset should be that he could win the job. And that sounds crazy because with McCarthy's done, but if you're a true competitor and you truly want to win, you're coming to compete for that starting job. I don't think there should be any part of him saying that I want to come and just compete for the backup job. I want to compete for the starting job. So I'll wrap with that. Thanks so much for the continued support of the channel. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy content like this. Until next time, peace.